great first round of matchups, really close games. Obviously, Bears-Packers was unbelievable. Bears were able to pull off the comeback and win it, and obviously all the antics afterwards that we were talking about as it pertained to
Weird.
just weird.
Johnson,
Just weird coming out of Chicago. We got the Pats that are back in the mix now. We got the Texans that'll be playing them, and Bills and Broncos. And that's actually the matchup I would like to start off with talking about. LA and Chicago, and obviously Seattle and San Fran there in the divisional round. Two teams that faced off at the end of the regular season. A rematch not too long after they last played. And obviously the Seahawks got the win in that game. But looking at our predictions for this one, Ryan, I'll start off with Bills and Broncos. What says you in that matchup?
It reminds me of, what was the matchup? Forgot what the matchup was, but it's just like, it's like a young team. Rams Panthers. That's what I was thinking of. It just reminds me of a young team, just kind of breaking in with the Broncos. Like it's just Bo Nix. It's just like he was in the playoffs last year, obviously, but to me, it just feels like it's a young team still trying to find their stride, and you're going up against a veteran group that has been there time and time again in Josh Allen. And I think the Broncos beat the Bills already this year, I believe. But it's just, I just still feel like the Broncos just aren't there. Like it just reminds me too much of the Bears. It's like, it's a cute story. It's a young team. It's a young quarterback. It's an energetic group. But it just feels like the Bills and to me, this just feels like the year that the Bills finally get to a Super Bowl. I'm not saying they win it, but it just feels like this is the year because Josh Allen is just on a different level. Like, that's just what it feels like. He's just that dude up to this point. No, they did not play each other this year. But no, I just think it's a year where the Bills and Josh Allen, because what's been stopping Josh Allen year after year? The damn Chiefs. They're not there this time.
Yeah.
And the Broncos, again, they're another team like the Bears where they seem to kind of start off slow time and time again, and then they obviously amp things up in the second half and in the fourth quarter. But at some point, you're going to play a really good side, a really good team that plays well for all 60 minutes, and you will dig yourself a hole that you can't get yourself out of. And with that, I think the Bills ultimately go on and win this game. And Josh Allen's been unbelievable. I know he's kind of got to carry the side in terms of the offense and everything. Like, the dude's just a stud. And I don't know why they don't just tush push Josh Allen for every single play. Like, he gets like 5 yards of carry. Like, just tush push him all the way down the field.
Well, he's a big dude too, and he can move around. You know, the truth is that obviously they beat him 31-7 last year to bounce him out of the divisional round. But more importantly than that, I mean, the Bills bring the number one pass rush in the league, in the NFL, into this game against the Broncos, which we talked about. They've had kind of a patchwork on again, off again offensive line. But the one thing that they don't do very well is they don't really defend the run. But is Denver capable of putting a consistent run game together, a team that really has leaned pass heavy all year, in order to establish that against the Bills? Because this has to be a grinded out win for Denver. Like, they're not going to just throw the football around and have a field day against that Bills defense. They're simply not, especially with the fact that, you know, you're not going to have more than a second and a half to throw the football against a pass rush like the Bills. And then obviously you add in the Josh Allen thing. I mean, when he's on the field, you have a chance. You always have a chance to win. It does have a team of destiny vibe with the Bills, I feel like, this year, with what we've seen from them at the end of the season, and obviously the way they open the playoffs. I think this is an easy dub for the Bills. My only thing is, again, the Broncos have to try and find something that isn't really their identity, which is running the football, if they want any chance of winning this football game. I just don't know if they're capable of doing that because, again, they've leaned so pass heavy all year long. So I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the Bills probably in this one. I know some other people are really, making different predictions. I'm actually looking at a story or an article right now on ESPN. It looked like everybody actually picked Denver to win this game, which is surprising to me. I think this is yeah, exactly. Yeah. So who did you pick? The Bills? Did you pick? I don't know. Me personally, that's where I'm thinking this game will go. Now, 49ers and Seahawks is an interesting one. I mean, I think this one is a little bit more of a toss up. I'm thinking Seattle's probably the favorite just off the top of my head. Where do you fall on Seattle and San Fran?
I think the George Kittle injury is going to hurt a little bit more in this game than people expect because I think Brock Purdy, George Kittle is his safety blanket. But man, this is going to be a really good game. This is going to be a really good game, and I could see it going both ways. And one thing that I like about the 49ers that they kind of do and that they kind of have talked about, not really talked about compared to what the Lions do. Like I'm looking at the Seahawks have so many injuries, like or not Seahawks, the Niners, I should say. The Niners have so many injuries on defense and everything, but they don't use that as an excuse. Like the coordinators are so good. Robert Saleh really good. Kyle Shanahan again. If you give Kyle Shanahan a top 10 quarterback, this is a damn dynasty. Like that's what it is. Like he's so good offensively. The way that he schemes stuff up, it's so good. And but the only thing that's stopping me from saying the Seahawks win this thing is Sam Darnold. Like Sam Darnold in the playoffs and in big moments. Like it's just not great. Like he's come up in big spots like this year in a couple times. Like if I look at San Francisco, he particularly did not have a good game. Only 198 yards and scored 13 points. You look at the Rams, that's a little bit of a different story. But I don't know. Like Sam Darnold is the moment if Sam Darnold goes and wins this game, then I will pick them to ultimately win the NFC Championship game next week. But something just tells me he can't get it done. I don't know. It's just something that tells me he struggled both times against San Francisco. But I really like the Seahawks, so I'm conflicted on this one. I'm just gonna say the Niners win it. I'm gonna say that. So
sometimes
both one seeds lose.
What a journeyman needs sometimes in order to win in big games is a really good defense. And the thing that I think Seattle does really well is they're dynamite at stopping the run.
Yeah, they are.
Mike, I mean that is a stout, and Christian McCaffrey right now he's not the Christian McCaffrey of old. I think the injuries are starting to catch up to him a little bit, and he's just not as efficient of a runner as he used to be. So I think in terms of the physicality, winning the battle up front, I'm going to give it to Seattle. I hear what you say about Sam Darnold. I do think the vengeance component or the revenge, the second coming, if you will, component of this is interesting, obviously, because he's replaced by JJ after what he did in Minnesota. Now we know how that finished, but there is I'm reading an article right now, and there's a bold prediction on here, and I like this one, all right, because this one didn't affect the University of Michigan, but it would be fun to see now. With Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold dealing with an oblique injury, we get a goal line snap from rookie QB Jaden Milroe on a third and goal from the 2-yard line. He hits a design QB run for a walk-in touchdown, and the Seahawks end up winning it. All right, I'm putting that out there in the atmosphere for good old Jalen Milroe after what happened against Michigan. But I'm gonna go with Seattle in a close one on this matchup. Moving on to,
I was listening to something. My
what's
bad.
That? Oh no, you're good. What do you got?
I would say. Oh God, I'm gonna say it's an under 20-point game. It's gonna be like 17-14, low scoring slugfest.
All right, yeah, it'll be a ball game, a defensive game, I'm sure. Texans and Patriots. What says you?
Texans. I really think it's gonna be upset heavy this week. If I'm looking at this. Like, look at these teams. All these 1s and 2 seeds they're all just like, I feel like they get upset. Like, there's nothing that, I don't think I picked I'm not going to pick a 1 or a 2 seed to win this whole week because I said the Bills, I said the Niners, I'm going to say the Texans, and I'll ultimately say the Rams here. But, like, looking at the Patriots, they did not play well against the Chargers at all. And the Chargers had no offense simply because they have no offensive line with Justin Herbert, or to protect Justin Herbert, I should say, excuse me. But it's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't believe in the Patriots. I really don't. Like, I think Drake May's fine, but the way that they played against the Chargers really scares me. And I think the Texans, and I thought coming into the playoffs, they're a really scary team. And I know they struggled for a while against the Steelers, but the Steelers have a really good defense. And ultimately, the Steelers will ultimately, in every single playoff game, at least under Mike Tomlin, it's going to be a slugfest. Even though they're supposed to get killed, they still will somehow be in the game, and they're going to make everything ugly. But the Texans are going to get this thing done. I think they win by 10 points. I think C.J. Stroud's fine. I think that defense is really good. But there's nothing that says about the Patriots that I believe in, and I think the Texans ultimately get it done.
And I'm looking forward to the matchup on the outside of Will Anderson Jr. Going up against Will Campbell for the Patriots. And
That'll be a good matchup.
yeah,
They
the
faced
left
off in
side of that
college.
off. That's what I'm saying. And so they get the chance to meet up again. The youth on that offensive line, specifically on the left side of that offensive line, is something that I think is worth looking at for the Pats. Averaged 8.6 air yards per attempt, third highest mark in the NFL, but the Texans also have a great secondary. They've really limited a lot of people, and that was something that Mike Vrabel said. It's the best defense that he's seen all year, and so it's going to make things more difficult. Not only do you have, again, a young left side of your offensive line. Now, Will Campbell's great. He's a dog, but he's still, again, just a rookie, and he's had his struggles. So I think maybe that works against the Patriots. I also, again, you just have the chip on your shoulder of being 0-6 all time in these matchups. You've never won one. So this one means a little bit more for the city of Houston and for those fans. And I think with all that, just going with the team of destiny vibe, I'll probably take the Texans, to win this one. And then wrapping up our look at our NFL predictions, we got the Rams and the Bears. I tell you who I want to see win, but who do you think will win this matchup, Ryan Glitzky?
Look, Nate and I are from the state of Michigan, and a lot of people, at least in this state, have a large opinion on this game, especially because you think of everything. You have the Rams' history with the Lions, especially as of recent. You have Matt Stafford, the former Lion quarterback. I'm playing in this one, and then you think of Ben Johnson and that whole fiasco with the Bears. Look, I'm not like most Lions fans at this point. I could care less if Stafford wins another Super Bowl. He's already won one. And I will always say, until the Lions win a Super Bowl, or at least get to a Super Bowl, the Rams will always win the trade. They have a Super Bowl. That's the ultimate deciding factor. And if Stafford wins another one, great. It just reminds me of Justin Verlander more and more as Verlander just wins rings outside of the Tigers, Stafford wins rings outside of the Lions. Like that's just how I feel. And I would rather the Rams win this game over the Bears simply because of a divisional standpoint. And I think the Rams win regardless. And people will say, oh, the weather, it's so cold. They can't get it done. It's outside at Soldier Field. Look, the Rams traveled all the way to Philadelphia in a blizzard last year and almost won the damn thing. So the weather, again, that's just such another cop-out. Unless do you remember the Lions-Eagles game back in like 2013, 2012 in a blizzard where you genuinely couldn't see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless the weather's like that or we're in a damn monsoon, the weather doesn't play a factor because these are professional athletes, professional football teams.
They've played in cold. They've all played in cold.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
When everyone says that. Like the Seahawks won Super Bowls with playing in cold weather. The Packers, the Bucks went into Green Bay in cold weather and beat the Packers in 2020.
The only thing is that cold weather does sometimes you make mistakes in cold weather. Like, not necessarily that the cold is affecting you, but the cold may affect the way you hold the football, trust me, you get hit in cold. I've been hit in cold before. Woo! Boy, yeah, it hurts a little bit more than getting hit when it's, 80 degrees out and you're going through two-a-days. Like, that's a different experience. So there are elements to why cold matters, but I agree with what you're saying. Like, just because they're a team that's based out of an area that's warm doesn't mean that it changes everything.
It doesn't matter in this game. That offense is too good. The Bears' defense is Swiss cheese sometimes.
I get it. Trust me. And I'm saying 100%. Anyways, continue. Finish your point.
And the Rams' defense is good. The Rams win this thing. And I did not pick a 2 seed or a 1 seed to win. It's going to be all 5s and 6s.
Like, madness. I think my prediction for this matchup is, listen, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to come down to one last possession in the fourth quarter. And as we watch this game, Lions fans who cherished Matt Stafford during his time here, we're going to look into his eyes and we're going to know what time it is. And he's going to drive the entire length of the field. He's going to surgically dissect the entire Chicago Bears organization and each and every single one of their fans until he finally puts a dagger into him at the very end of that game and he walks off the field and he goes and wins another ring. And that's how it's going to play out. So I'm sorry to Chicago fans who are watching our show. I hope you enjoyed
Who
your run.
cares?
I hope you enjoyed the cheese grating after the game and whatever the hell Ben Johnson did during post game. But it's over. It's over. So I hope you enjoyed it. Those are our NFL predictions. All upsets, man. Did we disagree on a single one of them?
I think you took Seattle and I took the Niners.
Oh, I did take Seattle.